39, and this morning on Today's Travel, paying less for car rentals. How can you make sure you aren't taken for a ride the next time you find yourself at the car rental counter? Well, Kevin Doyle is the news editor of Conde Nast Traveler, here to the rescue. Nice to see you, Kevin.
Good morning. Nice to see you.
We have so many tips to get through to help save money, help people save money when they want to rent a car. So let's get started.
All right.
First one is book early. I know that's true with airline reservations. Same holds true for car rentals.
It's the exact same thing. The earlier you book, the better values you're going to find. The difference is that with rental cars, you don't have to pay to cancel your reservation, so you don't have to pay to change your mind. So book as far in advance as possible.
No penalty involved there.
No penalty.
A lot of people, when they're traveling, they travel somewhere by airplane. They arrive at the airport and they go to the rental counter there.
Right.
You say much smarter to go off-site.
Well, a lot of times, because people don't realize you could pay twice as much for your rental car if you rent at the airport. So definitely check the price of a rental, say downtown or an off-airport location. It might well be worth the $40 or $50 you spend on a taxi cab, because you could be saving that every day.
So that's definitely a good tip. Also, you say, now this happened to me, I go to the counter and they offer me an upgrade, a model upgrade.
Yeah.
And I say, oh, they must really like me.
Yeah.
No, don't go for it.
Well, it's not a good idea to go for it. They do try to seduce you into going for the bigger, fancier car.
Actually, that's more gas, too.
It's more gas, that's the thing. A lot more gas, so that there's more money there, and also those few extra dollars a day add up.
And speaking of gas, you say always return. This one I knew. Always return the car with gas. Don't leave it half empty for them to fill.
Never leave it half empty, but they offer options, and the most popular fuel option is that they say you can purchase a full tank right now at the time of rental, and then you don't have to worry about refilling it. But unless you refill it completely empty on fumes, you've paid for gas that you're not going to use. Again, money down the drain. So just say to them, thanks very much, I'll return it with a full tank. And
when you're traveling, you may think this is an inconvenience, but you strongly suggest if you have children that are still in car seats, bring your car seat with you.
If you want to save $10 to $15 a day, take your own car seat, because that's what the rental companies will charge.
Returning cars early. Now, this one I didn't know about. I just assumed if you return it early, they might be grateful and actually give you money back, but you get penalized for that.
Yeah, you're basically breaking the rental contract. So a lot of people have that misunderstanding. You'll probably pay more.
But why?
Because you're breaking the contract, and it has to do with their, with the cars on the lot and off the lot and their planning. So it just works that way. So it's easy. It's better to book for a shorter length of time and extend days. You'll save money that way.
Okay, let's talk a little bit about insurance options, because that gets confusing. You say consider a loss damage waiver. What do people need to know about that?
You absolutely have to have insurance. Now, if you have private auto insurance or a credit card that offers insurance, you don't need to worry. So before you ever get to the counter, make sure that you're covered. If you're not, accept the collision damage waiver, sometimes called a loss damage waiver. It costs about $10 to $20 a day, which is not cheap, but it's a lot less expensive than paying for repairs or replacing the car if you're in an accident.
And you also say before you get in that car and drive it off the lot, make sure you walk around the whole thing with the person who's with you.
Look for dings, look for scratches, look for broken headlights, look for cracks in the windshield before you leave. You can do that on your own, but when you come back, make sure that you go around with an employee and have them sign something saying the car was brought back in good condition.
And finally, consider car sharing. What is that?
Well, there's a company called Zipcar that allows you to rent by the hour rather than by the day. So if you're with the family in Boston and you want to take the kids to see Plymouth Rock or something like that, you only need the car for a few hours. It's about $10 an hour, and it includes gas and insurance. So it can be a much better value. Yeah, and you can find out more at zipcar.com.
All right, I hope people were taking notes. Kevin Doyle, lots of good advice there. Thanks very much. And coming up